Right, all ready when you are. Just Harry will click
Right.
it.
3, 2. Hello, welcome to the Talking Point with me, Nathan Leake, and
Me, George Baker Harris, as usual.
we have a guest from the Netherlands. His name is.
Yeah, my name is Milo. Thank you for having me.
Hey, that's
Thanks
no
for
problem,
coming
man.
on. Right, there's quite a few things you wanted to talk about with the Dutch national team, isn't there? With all the going on in the last couple of months.
There's been a lot going on in Holland. As you can see, I love my nation. But yeah, it's kind of hard to really love them right now. So yeah, there's been plenty of stuff to talk about. So for that, I'm very happy to be here.
Right, where should we begin, really? Should we begin with Ronald Koeman going to Barcelona and then leaving a void with the...
Yeah, I guess we could just get that out of the way. No,
Yeah.
for starters, very happy for the guy. We always knew the moment he came into the Dutch national team that there was a clause in his contract that will allow him to leave for Barcelona. We've all seen how much he loves the club. He speaks Spanish perfectly. Anybody who remembers him winning them the Champions League somewhere in the 90s remembers the
92.
tears he let down when he scored that goal. So yeah, everybody knows how much he loves Barcelona. So it's great for him. The thing is, everybody thought it would happen after the Euros. And basically, that's kind of what was happening up until the Euros got replaced, rescheduled to next year. So yeah, shame.
It is. And who did the Dutch replace Koeman with?
Yeah, that's a fun one. Mourinho called him the worst manager the Premier League has ever seen.
I suppose statistically he's correct.
He didn't score a goal and lost 4 games in a row before getting fired in 77 days, I believe. So yeah, Frank de Boer is our new manager. The euphoria that was around the Dutch national team has left. I can say that.
Jeez. Oh, I don't think he would have been anybody's first choice anyway. Well, clearly Dutch FA's first choice, but anybody looking from the outside, no. Who would you have picked?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Because, yeah, obviously we don't have a lot of great managers anymore. Frank Rijkaard rejected the KNVB, which would have been an interesting choice. But then again, for how long hasn't he managed the team?
I think Barcelona was his last team.
Yeah. That was with Lionel Messi, but the pressure was too big on him. That's why he didn't want to return as a manager right now. So yeah, that would have been an interesting one. Louis van Gaal obviously said that he was open to the job. He actually, kind of applied within the media towards the Dutch FA, but they also didn't want him. I would have thought for 2 years, just Euros and World Cup wise, that would have been great. The path has already been made by Ronald Koeman, so why not get someone in who knows how to get results? But yeah, if you want to go for a young one, I still don't think Frank de Boer is the best manager. I would have gone with anybody but, actually.
Yeah. Because the only team he's really had any kind of success with is, Ajax. And that's mainly because of the individuals he had to choose from, more than any coaching ability.
Yeah. Also, that's kind of a tough one, because he came in at Ajax replacement of Martin Jol.
Yeah.
And Jol had done a terrible job at the moment. So, first season in, his first game was a 2-0 win against AC Milan in the Champions League, which, to be fair, was great. His first season, he actually rectified the championship race. PSV and Twente were gunning for it all season long with the two of them, and then Ajax became champions. So, great season, you would say. And then 3 seasons after that, he won the title again and again and again. But then you also have to say that's mainly because Feyenoord didn't win it more than that Ajax did. Feyenoord was actually the better team, the better playing team. Ajax played terrible football during those years. Didn't pick up too many points. A lot of draws as well. But yeah, they won titles. So winning is winning, I guess. But after that, he's not really done much. So yeah, you could even say, even in Ajax, he wasn't a great manager.
Yeah, and then he had that spell at Inter Milan as well. That didn't last too long.
Yeah, 11 games, I think.
I mean, longer than Palace, but still.
Yeah, but still 14 points from 11 games with Internazionale. Yeah.
That's not good enough.
No.
What would the Dutch FA think? What would KMV be thinking?
Yeah, that's another thing. I think we have the worst FA in the whole world. They keep doing stupid things. They just keep doing it. After Van Gaal left in 2014, Ronald Koeman wanted to become head coach already. And they insulted him by saying, yeah, you can be assistant to Guus Hiddink. Well, yeah, that's the greatest insult you can give the man. Then you replace Hiddink, who's done terrible, with Danny Blind, who has never had a good spell anywhere, not even at Ajax or anything.
Oh, he was horrendous.
Yeah, he was horrendous. Didn't know what he was doing. It was a terrible job. Then, obviously, you get in an old guy, Dick Advocaat, a lot of experience. He kind of did better, but, well, everybody would have done better than Danny Blind.
Yeah, I mean, the damage was done.
Yeah, the damage was done, but they kept making it worse and worse and worse by not really having a future sight. It was just, oh, we have to fix it by making it more broke. It was stupid.
You said about obviously the period from Van Gaal left to obviously now, where the managers haven't done so good. Do you think something also had to do with obviously your greater players like Robin, Van Persie, all that kind of, they were on that kind of downward spiral at the same time. So you've gone from an amazing team and an amazing coach, and your team has just kind of coincided with your coaching level. What do you think?
It's definitely up there, yes. We've had a bad patch. But then again, you have to say, Van Gaal already started with Memphis Depay.
Yeah.
And Memphis Depay was great talent. Obviously, Memphis Depay didn't do well at United as well.
Yeah.
So it just coincided. But yeah, he was already a talent that was, it's starting to get better and better and better for the Dutch national team. But those managers didn't get the potential out of him. And Van Dijk, De Vrij, all of them are already older players.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't have the talents like De Ligt or Frenkie right now. But we still had decent enough players to do better than we did. We should have at least made tournaments.
And it seems like overnight as well, you've gone from that bad patch to having one of the best 11s in world football, essentially, because you've got Depay up front who's killing it, a solid back two of centre-backs. Like, in the middle of the park, you've got some banging midfielders with De Jong and Van der Beek. Just, everyone just seems to be, anyone who's Dutch at the moment, just seems to be playing at the top level of elite football.
Gini Van Oldham as well.
Yeah, I completely missed him. Like, that trio right there just seems one of the best three in international football.
Then you got Daniel Marlin as well from PSV.
Yeah. It's I mean, it didn't really go overnight. I mean, I don't know if you remember Koeman's first game against England, Lingard's winner.
Oh God, Lingard!
Nathan, come on, you know the pose.
No, I refuse to do it. No,
We're doing it in a Tottenham shirt soon. It's fine.
No, he's not. He's not fucking signing for Spurs, all right?
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, no. So, if you remember that, then we were still terrible with Koeman's first game. But it's his first game, so it's going to happen. Koeman had a lot of stones to get in Matthijs de Ligt at such a young age, to give Frenkie de Jong such an important role. He actually made a great team with some big talents and a combination with experience. So it didn't really go overnight, but then you can see other managers just didn't do as well because they didn't use the experience Koeman used with Van Dijk and Wijnaldum and those to make them key players and to making talents even better than they
Yeah.
were.
Do you think?
So
Yeah, sorry. Do you think, like, obviously we'll revisit. Obviously, Ajax had that amazing run in Champions League, didn't they? Not last season, the season before. Do you think that kind of helped solidify the Dutch national team's rise again in a way? Because obviously you had the breakout of De Ligt. Well, not the breakout, but they kind of solidified themselves in world football. The De Ligts, the Van Dijks are kind of as well on the European stage, at least. Frankie de Jongs, and obviously they all got their big moves. And you think that kind of helped solidify them, and maybe people look at Holland again and go, "Oh wow, they've got some good players."
yeah, definitely. I mean, as a Feyenoord fan, I hate admitting that Ajax had a
Yeah.
great season. Great players as well.
Mm.
I was actually there with the Spurs fans when Ajax got beat, so that was lovely.
Oh yes, that was a brilliant night.
No, but yeah, it definitely helped because people started looking at the Eredivisie again, like, oh, maybe it could be back up on a rise. Great players again. Obviously, people started acknowledging us again. And after that, I just think it went in a circle because those players, Frankie and De Ligt, got a lot of, they did great. They got into the national team. Then they got a lot of confidence from being in the national team. So they did even better with Ajax. And doing even better with Ajax meant getting more experience in Champions League and doing better with Holland again.
Yeah.
So after that, it was just a circle going around.
Mm.
And then they obviously got their big moves away into Barcelona and Juventus, respectively.
Well, and Van der Beek's now moved as well
to Man United. So I suppose that will do nothing but help them in terms of gain experience.
There's credit to Koeman for that as well, because obviously De Ligt didn't start off well at Juventus, and a lot of people were calling for his head. How old is the kid? 20. They were already calling for his head for being not that great at first at Juventus.
The guy barely had pubes. Like, come on, give him a chance.
Yeah, but that's credit to Koeman because he left him in the squad. So yeah, he did. It's just amazing how Koeman manages that, and obviously De Ligt returned only stronger after that.
Mm.
So who else would you say are like the future talents of the Dutch national team as well? I mean, I know of one, Justin Bijlo from Feyenoord.
Yeah. Bijlo is definitely a goalkeeper who should be up there already. We've got 3 great talents in goal anyway. All goalkeepers haven't been too amazing of late.
Jasper Cillessen.
Yeah.
How is that guy still in Spain? Jesus.
Yeah, I have no idea either. But yeah, I mean, he's a decent goalkeeper, but we haven't had a great goalkeeper, and Justin Bijlo is definitely going to be that. Then we've got, obviously De Ligt. Let me think. Yeah, Owen Wijndal at left back is a great talent.
Signed him on FIFA.
Mohamed Ihataren, he has a bit of a attitude problem right now at PSV because they've got a German coach and they don't exactly line up.
Did you think about Xavi Simons?
Yeah, he's at PSG. Obviously, it says enough that he's already been on their bench and he's only just turned 17, I think.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, he won 4 Ballon d'Ors for youth players. So, I mean, that looks great. He's definitely up there as well. And then up front, we've still got Myron Boadu scoring goals left and right for AZ. And Donjo Male doing great. So, yeah, there's plenty of options to choose from in the future.
So it's that conveyor belt that's still running again in Dutch football.
Sorry?
The conveyor belt is still running again in Dutch football in terms of the young talent.
Yeah, we're still building. And obviously, a lot of people here were hoping for silverware this summer or next. But yeah, the hope for that silverware has disappeared a bit with recent
appointments.
Yeah. So yeah, but we'll have hope for the future with the new manager. Hopefully, some guy like Erik Ten Hag.
I mean, international breaks next week. So you never know. He's going to do a madness now. No, we just come on here and slated him. He's just going to. He's going to smash it.
I would love for him to smash it, but yeah, it's just a wait and see. But it says enough that even at Atlanta United, a team in America, they said they didn't see enough of a development within the team under his management. I mean, a team in America not developing under a Dutch manager, that's
damning. That is pretty damning.
That's quite poor.
I mean, I watched a documentary on, I think it was American Samoa, when they were trying to get a better team, and the manager they got there was Dutch, so he had less of an impact at a higher level of football than a Dutch American guy going over to American Samoa. What does that say?
Yeah, there's yeah, I really don't want to slate the guy too much because he hasn't even had a game under his belt as a Dutch manager. But yeah, it says a lot, and I'm just going to hope for the best. But right now, my hope's at an all-time low.
Who did the Netherlands have in the Nations League? Because that's what's being played next week, isn't it?
Oh,
Nations
yeah. They already played Poland and Italy. And we still got Bosnia left.
That should be all right, shouldn't it?
Shouldn't be.
Should be, but it's football.
It's
football, so you never know.
Well, and if the ball's as bad as everybody says he is, that's it. Bosnia got 3 points.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Could be worse, couldn't it? Would you ever have Van Gaal back? That was one thing.
Yeah. That was one thing I was saying earlier. Or like the Euros and the World Cup. This next summer, I would have definitely had him back because Koeman already created the path towards success.
Yeah.
Everybody was hoping for the silverware, and Van Gaal might have just gotten him there because he knows how to get success. And
he's a good manager.
There. Yeah, now you've got to rebuild with the young one. Well, I would say after the World Cup would be the perfect time to start a rebuild, not right now in the middle of this process.
Yeah.
Who would you bring in, like Ten Hag or?
Well, yeah, obviously Ten Hag was still at Ajax now and didn't feel that it was the right time. But yeah, in 2 years, I would definitely have Ten Hag as manager. I mean, what he's done in the Dutch Eredivisie, but also in the Champions League is amazing. So,
would you ever take a foreign manager that wasn't Dutch? Obviously, England did it, didn't they, with Capello? It didn't quite
and Sven-Göran
work.
Eriksson.
Yeah, and Sven-Göran Eriksson. It didn't quite work. But would you ever kind of look at maybe a foreign manager to come in?
I'm one of the few people who would actually like it. A lot of people in here are too proud to take a foreign manager.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously back in the 70s, Dutch football was on the rise because Feyenoord took an Austrian manager, Ernst Happel. Who, yeah, he got us the Champions League. He taught Holland how to actually fight and play good football at the same time. So yeah, why wouldn't it work for a national team? I think a German manager would fit us very, very well with the football we play, the players we have. So I would definitely do it, but the Dutch FA and the people in here are very proud. So
yeah,
won't happen.
It's not happening. So would you go for like a Uli Nagelsmann if you had to bring in a foreign coach?
He is an amazing young prospect, yeah. So I would definitely want him. Then again, I wouldn't want him to get out of touch with club football because I enjoy him too much to disappear for those from club football.
So, which foreign coach would you bring in, if not him?
I would definitely say someone like Pep Guardiola, who's admired Dutch football always. He's always talking about it. So definitely.
Well, he had Johan Cruyff teaching him, so he probably had the best teacher of total football that he could have.
Definitely. And then again, I think a lot of players would thrive under his coaching because right now at City, you know what the problem is? Their defense has been terrible.
Yeah, 400 million spent.
Defenders. Yeah, he spent money on defenders, but hasn't really come off. And with Holland, he has 4 options for centre back. All 4 of them are great players. So yeah, he can't really mess that up, can he? And then attacking wise, we would only get stronger. So
do you think maybe he'd do a bit better as well? Because obviously, I'm not saying he does, but obviously, if say someone has a bad game, he can just dip into the transfer market at a moment. Whereas with Holland, if you're not Dutch, you can't play. Like,
no, but the thing you also see, he's the kind of guy that would even tell the ball boy how to get the ball.
Yeah,
that's just the way he is. He always gives people advice and tactics and everything.
Yeah,
I would say he would get the best out of the Dutch players, combined with the hunger for success and what I said, the combination of his attack and our defense. That would make him a great manager, and also the fact that he isn't able to just replace everybody all the time.
Yeah,
Would have to mean he would have to have confidence in players, which I think would only be helpful for him and the players.
Also, it's a new challenge as well, because, like you say, he can't just dip into a transfer market.
Yeah,
He'll have to either coach the players or go, right, I'm going to have to give a couple of youngsters a chance, maybe a few players at like lower table Eredivisie clubs.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the problem is he would have to take a massive pay cut if he ever were to. It's not happening anyway.
How do you see the Eredivisie going this season?
It's actually a tough one. Something I've given a lot of thought, because obviously Feyenoord have a good team. The football still needs to improve a bit, but yeah, I mean, start of the season. PSV have a new manager, new tactics, and it's still not very good, but I can see them growing into the season. AZ has started off terribly, and what I already said, I don't think they're going to have the season they had last season, when they would have actually won the title, in my opinion. And then there's Ajax. So far they've done great with at least keeping hold of Tagliafico and Onana. Dest has already gone, Van de Beek has gone, and Tagliafico is wanted by Manchester City if the rumors are true.
Yeah.
So that way, I don't know if they're gonna have a great season without those players. If they can hold on to them, they'll be champions. If not, it's gonna be hard.
Hard, isn't it? Yeah. And it's easy, like you say, like they're a selling club, aren't they? But they still manage to, when they get rid of the Dudelits and the Van der Beeks and the De Jongs, they still manage to somehow nurture through a new talent that's just as good. Like,
look, I'm definitely biased, so it's gonna always sound weird coming from me, obviously. Well, I do have to say, I was watching the under-18s of Feyenoord versus the under-18s of Ajax. Our under-18s were players that were scouted from amateur clubs a long time ago, and they're in Feyenoord now, trying to get their shot. Ajax had a player they paid 3 million euros for in the under-18s. Not even the under-21s. No, in the under-18s. That's just not fair. I mean,
and Feyenoord have got quite a good academy, haven't they? Like,
that's a problem. All of our players have left for different clubs.
Tahith Chong, I
biggest
remember.
Players, Joshua Zirkzee, Bayern. Well, look where he's at now, and we need a striker. Tahith Chong obviously left. The most recent one are the Bogarde brothers.
Yeah.
Tutors who were actually great. So yeah, Feyenoord has had a lot to suffer from the youth academy, while Ajax only buy new players to their academy. So obviously, if you're going to pick one of two, Ajax is always going to bring forward more academy players into the first team.
Yeah, I mean, what they're doing is kind of, well, the complete opposite of what I'd expect of Dutch football in terms of buying talent for the under-18s and the under-20. That's more what happens over here.
Yeah, but then obviously Ajax did a great deal with Willem II, with Frenkie de Jong.
€1.
€1 and sell him for, what was it, 75 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's got to be the biggest profit.
And then with the lift and everything, just this afternoon I read an article saying they have 228 millions of euros to spend at the moment, while Feyenoord are still in a crisis. Actually, every Dutch team is in a crisis. So yeah, they're 3 ranks ahead of everyone. I'm just amazed that we're still being able to be competitive to them at this point.
Yeah, price tags mean very little in football, I think.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I mean, obviously, Ajax profit a lot from the money they pay for a lot of things. But yeah, you can't have the passion that, for example, Feyenoord players have with the money you spend on players.
That brings me into the next topic, Ajax against Feyenoord. When, this coronavirus crap goes, do you think the mayors of the cities will actually allow fans back in as like a celebration, or do you think it will still be segregated?
That's another lovely thing. Back when Feyenoord became back when Ajax became champions in 2016, Feyenoord had already won the cup. And Ajax were playing their championship game against the Graafschap. Famously drew with 1-1,
yes.
which was celebrated as a national holiday. So, but the mayors had already said, if Ajax win the championship, there will be fans of both teams with the Super Cup game. But yeah, Ajax didn't make it, so they actually ruined our chance to prove that we can actually do it. But yeah, the mayors were willing to do it, willing to go make the step. But now the mayor at the moment, from Amsterdam, Femke Halsema, she doesn't seem very fond of any sets of supporters. So I don't think she'll make the step very quickly. So it's going to take a while, I think.
So it'll be the mayor of Rotterdam more than the mayor of Amsterdam that's more likely to do it.
Abu Talib, you can never read the guy. One moment you think, he's actually a great guy who would love to give it a chance, and then the other moment he seems to despise everything about football. So I don't know with him.
Well, that's just your standard politician, really.
Yeah, sadly it is.
And with that, are there any other talking points you want to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask one quickly. This is more transfer related on mine. I'm more, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm more kind of transfers than actual football, if that makes sense. One I wanted to ask is the Depay to Barca. How do you think, if it does happen, do you think that's going to be the thing that'll elevate him to that elite tier bracket, or do you think he should stay?
Well, from the rumors I've heard, it's already nearly done. 12.5 million euros paid to Olympique Lyon. So, yeah, I think he's lucky that Koeman is there.
Yeah.
That's definitely one thing. But yeah, also Koeman knows how to manage him. He was having attitude problems. He was all over the place. And then Koeman came in and actually made a great footballer of him again.
Yeah.
Lyon started doing well for us. I think if he goes to Barca, he has players like Lionel Messi for mentors, and then Ronald Koeman as a manager. I think it could elevate him into being even better than he is at this point. And everybody could profit from him, I think.
What other Dutch players do you see going over to Barca? If any. If any more.
Well, obviously, Serginho Dest, who plays for the American national team, but is mainly Dutch. He's gone. We've already got Frenkie there and Memphis Depay. There was the talking of Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
I know Koeman wants him a lot. Wijnaldum was at the point of leaving Liverpool. But yeah, Barca can't really buy anything now. So I don't see it happening now, but maybe it will in half a year or maybe a year. Yeah, maybe in a while if he does well, just in Bijlo or something like that. Koeman loves Dutch talents. That's established.
Right. One more thing before we go. Predictions for Euro 2021. How do you see the Dutch team doing?
Okay, so while Koeman was manager, I made the prediction we would make the final but lose it again.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Predicting
my
heartbreak.
not going to be happy with me after this. No, but with Frank de Boer in, I still think we won't do too bad. Right now, let's give it a little bit of hope. Let's say semi-finals.
ooh, that's a big shout.
Well, hopefully it'll be a Dutch England final.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. If Holland come off against England next summer, who do you see winning that one?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disappoint you there. I mean, look, you did great at the World Cup. Nothing about that.
Because of Jalen.
What?
Mate, you're asking a Dutchman who you think is going to win.
No, but
between England and the Netherlands.
No, but obviously, I know he's not got faith in De Boer, so I'm just thinking, maybe he might think, because obviously England were looking good, we now look shit. I'm
going to have to explain myself because Gareth Southgate, after the World Cup, hasn't made a great impression on me.
Oh, no,
not selecting any left back for the last internationals. That was
ridiculous.
So I'm going to have to say, with Harry Maguire still, is he captain for England? I think he is captain for England.
Kane is.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, with Maguire still there, sorry, George.
Hang on a minute. Right, well, he's not coming back on this podcast again. That's it.
Let's put it this way. At least it's him and not Van der Vaart on the podcast because Van der Vaart hates him.
Yeah. Have you heard what Van der Vaart has said?
He's always saying something stupid.
I still love the guy, man. I still love him.
He'll say anything outlandish for a pretty penny, won't he?
Yeah, or just give him some fried whatever, some fried Dutch snacks, and he'll say anything as well. He doesn't even need the money.
Yeah, I'll throw my hat into that ring as well. I'll have some fried Dutch snacks.
Well, we've just upset me because when Maguire is the best centre back on the planet, then we'll have this chat. You'll be coming back onto the podcast.
No, it'll be like Mean Machine. That's the only. He'll be the best centre back in the prison yard. That's it,
mate. Don't know why you're talking. You're about to sign Lingard for 27 million. So
fuck off, are we? Right. On that note, it's time to end the show.
One question for both of you before we go.
Oh no.
Who was the best defense out of United and Spurs?
Oh, that's easy. United
was a better defense.
United, clearly. You can barely put bloody two passes together in your defence. You've got someone called fucking Jaffet who can barely bloody run the ball. Right?
You've got Lindelof in your defence.
Right?
You've got Lindelof. You've got Jones.
See, look.
And you've got the prisoner as well.
Put some fucking respect on Sir Philip's name, okay? Right?
We've got Alderweireld.
Bruv, he's past it.
We've got Davinson Sanchez, who's decent. No, Alderweireld's quality still.
Bruv, he's past
it. It's just
Davinson
Dyer next to him. He gives me nightmares.
Literally, yeah, he can't even fucking play a game without having to go for a shit. Like, fuck, at least our players stay on the pitch for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but he scored the penalty, though.
Right, okay, right. We'll cycle through this. Goalkeeper. I think De Gea and Lloris have both passed it, and I think Henderson's now just number one, mate. Like, as simple as that. Right? He's can't even
I'm still going to go biased and say Hugo.
Right, fine. Right back.
I'm still saying Hugo.
Right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. There's no.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. I'll agree with you there.
Centre back. I'd go Davinson Sanchez and Maguire, to be honest. I actually think that'd be quite a decent little partnership, to be honest.
No, I'm going Davinson and Alderweireld.
Oh, bruv, I swear down. I'll be putting you in that prison with him, like, if he gets arrested.
You're going to have to catch me first.
That's not hard. And then
left back, well, Region.
Oh, bruv, don't even start with that. Honestly.
Didn't United want Region?
Yeah, but we didn't do the deal. We didn't want to do a buyback clause. Well, put it this way, right? If he becomes the best left back in the world, which he won't because he's a Spurs, right? If he does become a good left back, you're just going to sell him for what? 30 million?
Yeah, but then he's going to want to have to leave, though. It's still his choice.
Go Real Madrid, who in Champions League.
No, he won't.
We'll go to Spurs, who'll be going fucking, mid-table probably with Mourinho.
Whichever way, he didn't pick United, so...
I mean, we won't even get into the Reguilon saga, because, yeah. But to answer your question,
on that,
got the better defence.
To answer your question, Spurs do. But we'll find that out on Sunday.
This is the way that Dutch league thinks. We drop a bomb, then let you fight it out, and we just go.
Well, you don't know what you just started. Me and Nathan, you can leave the podcast. We'll just be arguing for hours now. That's it. But yeah, that's
as Clarkson would say, on that bombshell, it's time to go.
But just before you do go, do you want to say all your social medias for people to come and follow? Twitter, YouTube, and all that?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to share your podcast on my Instagram and everything.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, for everybody who is going to watch this in name of me, follow these guys. They're great. I've watched the first 3 episodes, and obviously with me in it, the 4th is even better. Just keep following these guys. I'm just gonna share a lot more of them, and they're gonna have amazing podcasts about football. So everything you need to know, get to know it here, and have a conversation with me next time.
Well, looks like we found our new co-host. See you later, Nathan.
Hey, fuck you.
Well, we appreciate that. That really means a lot. Obviously, people have actually been commenting saying how good it's been. But to actually hear it from someone who's a big football fan like yourself really does mean a lot. But yeah, guys, please do like and subscribe. And yeah, Nathan.
Yep. Tatty bye.
Oh, Christ. Kind of an outro is that.
All right.
But yeah,
see ya.
Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.